everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7, and I just want to say I am just not smart. Every week, I don't know why, or every 2 weeks, I try to reset my sleeping schedule on a Monday. I don't know why, it's what I do. And then I'm like in bed, ready to sleep, and then I forget that they're gonna tease us with stuff. So I'm like, oh no, now I'm not gonna be able to sleep, and now I'm especially screwed for my sleeping schedule. And then I make a groggy video like I did last night. And then I'm like, okay, I'll try to go to bed. So I go back to bed. And then like an hour later, they do this. And it's like, I can't handle this. So I just stayed in bed last night. Didn't make a second video. Doesn't really need a video, but it's fun to talk about anyway. So long story short about my grogginess. I'm still half asleep. I'm sorry. I do have to nap before the reveals in about 15 hours too, so I'll make sure I'm awake for that one. We have Ilnyav coming, and this is something everybody has been waiting for. Probably the most wanted unit in a long time since she's been revealed. Can't understand why, as always. I mean, look at her. look at the silhouette, right? Like, it's bigger than the mountain in the back. So you can't escape retribution for the sins of you and your kind. You will suffer. So I was originally not too keen on Ilnyav until we saw that image of her, or part of the video where she just has the crazy eyes, you know? Like, she's got the I'm going to gut you, and then I'm gonna like hang you on a pike, and then I'm gonna like roast you for dinner, sort of like super crazy. And I like that in a character, so that's pretty cool. And let's take a couple guesses about her kit. And you may see this. You can see, like, there's ice over here. Detective Mango, by the way. There's ice. It's an icy mountain of everything. She's going to be an ice unit, right? Kind of like Luna, but better, hopefully? Nope. She's not. Because JP to the rescue. And JP has never failed us. They have always had this lineup. So JP's version of the reveal is just red. And that means fire unit, because they have never, ever, from my understanding that I remember, spoiled a new character like this and not had the background color the type she was going to be. So fire unit is what we can imagine. And when they design units like this, I feel like they don't design the unit. I feel like they design with a counter in mind. So the couple people I'm expecting Ilnyav to counter, I feel like she's going to be a single target DPS, or possibly a counter-attacked, like a counter-attacking AoE DPS along with a single target skill 3 and skill 1. So let's look at earth units here. So the people that I expect her to be countering are obviously going to be Landy, and possibly somebody like Alencia, right? So I super expect them, or her, to be able to kill Landy, which is why I'm expecting some form of AoE in her kit, whether it's her skill 3 or her skill 2 triggered when she's hit, and not having it be a counterattack, having it be something to get around Landy's cannot counterattack. So for example, when she's hit, she casts such and such, instead of like when she's hit, she counterattacks. And outside of that, that's pretty much all I kind of expect her to be able to counter here. But what I do expect her to try to counter as well are knights, specifically fire knights, or fire bruiser styles like Ravi and maybe Charlotte and Cecilia and Lilius now. Obviously the earth knights as well, but also specifically the light and dark ones. Ambitious Tywin, Last Rider Crow. I fully expect her to be able to take these out in some way. Now, how will she do that? There's a couple ways. You can make it so she ignores a ton of defense and just does boatloads of damage the more HP people have. So for example, kind of like, how would they do this? Maybe like a true attack like Crow, where if she's under 50%, she counterattacks and like I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here, but the idea is I feel like she's gonna hit one of those, you know. Um, and what else? I don't, honestly, let's read Last Rider Crow's abilities because I don't have him. I pretend he doesn't exist. And I want to read Little Queen Charlotte too because I feel like she's going to be designed to kill the bruisers, right? The people that are problems right now. And I do want to say this is a really important character for Smilegate right now. I feel like a lot of people have been hyping her up for a long time, and whenever people super hype a character up, they have to get it right. And if they don't get it right, as in she's not overpowered as all heck, which I don't super agree with, but I feel like it needs to be done right now, there's gonna be anger, not from me, of course, but from others. So, yeah, so maybe one thing she might do is ignore passives that decrease damage. I'm reaching at straws here, but I'm trying to find ways for them to for them to handle characters like this. Maybe what they can do, this would be really cool. What if her single target, what if her skill 3 was a single target that always crits and all those shenanigans, like a Luna skill 3 single target that does boatloads of damage? Then her passive, get with me here, are you with me? Her passive reverses the people she's targeting's damage suffered. So instead of decreases damage suffered from a critical hit by 30%, it will now increase damage suffered from a critical hit by 30%. Huh? And that way, you can take out those tanks that have all these defense layers. How cool would that be? That could definitely be something they do, and that would handle the tanks, and then it would handle all the single targets and anybody that has sort of damage mitigation like that baked into her kit. And then on top of that, they could make her skill 2 trigger an AoE skill 1 or something like that, right? Because if she's going to be a fire unit, she has to be able to kill Landy. There's no way they put out somebody as important as Ilnyav right now and have them not counter Landy, right? Like, they can't do that. People will be so upset. And in order to counter Landy, you specifically have to counter stealth, right? So kind of interested to see what's going on here. I have a lot of ideas in my head, and I know these videos are useless in terms of actual information, but every now and then I get something right. And I do want to say your bookmarks are now gone. We have Ilnyav, we then have the collab, we then have swimsuits right after, I'm assuming, or like probably a month after. So your bookmarks are not going to be living very long. And also, we do not know if she's limited yet. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.